Well, hello, writing sprinters. It is 2024, and you have decided to start the new year hopefully launching well, your writing life for 2024. So, congratulations for committing some of the first few days and first few hours of the 2024 year to talking about and planning your writing life, and then even engaging in the act itself of writing, researching and reading, putting energy and time towards your goals for 2024. And so I'm really, really excited about this. If you're watching this video, that means that you registered and you have received the welcome and what to expect email from me. And so this video is just a little bit of a quick overview to prepare you for what to expect for our 3-day writing sessions together. And so in this video, I'm going to cover a couple of things: what to expect, give you a really quick refresher or introduction to my writing sprints methodology, and then introduce you real quick to who will be in the room with us as we gather. And then the last is to tell you about my why, and maybe I should start there. Let me start with my why. Why am I doing or hosting this writing session at the beginning of the 2024 year? Anyone who knows me well, it knows that one of my happy places is as writer and reader. So I love writing, I love reading. I have my favorite coffee shops and cafes I love to do it in. I have my favorite chase that I can sit in at home and write and read and just disappear in that work, and in that, it's not even work, just in that life itself. And I love it. And so I love, and in addition to loving the experience of writing and reading and research, I love it even more when I can do it in community, and that energy can kind of feed off of each other. And so what I love to do is to create these virtual spaces where groups of us can come together and we can write, research, and read together and encourage each other in the work that we are doing. And so that's my why. I've actually been hosting these sessions now for several years, and which leads to understanding who you are, the group that's convening this year. Who are you as we convene in this writing life, this writing virtual session together? So there is a group of you that you are returning. And so you are returning. You have participated in other writing experiences with me before, other writing sessions, and you've signed up. You want to do it again this year. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you. Some of you are writing your prospecti for your PhD or graduate program. Some of you are working on your dissertations. Some of you are studying for your comprehensive exams. Others of you are on the other side of your graduate degrees, and you are working, as I am working, on our syllabi for this semester. You're working on articles or book proposals. You're working on lectures that you have to do. Others of you are planning for grants. There are grants that you're working toward as a scholar, or grants that you are looking to plan and write toward and start for the organizations that you're a part of. Some of you are independent scholars, and so you're working in corporate, you're working in nonprofit, you're actually and living the scholar pastor life, right? And so you're thinking about what it means to write those reflections for your congregations, those articles, those blogs, the devotionals that will accompany your communities through these seasons of Epiphany and Lent and so forth and so on. So there's a group of you that are returning that brings this sort of broad range of locations inside the academy and outside the academy that I'm looking forward to seeing again and hearing how things have gone and hearing what your plan is for 2024. There's another group of you who are coming along beside me as a result of a new title, a new work that I took on this fall, which is serving as director of the PhD program at Boston University School of Theology. So there's a group of PhD students from Boston University School of Theology. You signed up for this writing session. I'm so excited that you decided to join. Instead of me just creating our own little small session, I invited you to participate in the annual event that I've been creating. And so I'm really looking forward to the larger collaboration that will happen here. The third group of you are people who someone, word of mouth, someone recommended you to this group and said that you would really benefit from it, or you reached out to me requesting to be in the group because someone else told you about it. And so I'm just looking forward to the group of us. It's a nice set group of us, and we're going to be convening for the next 3 days doing these writing sprints together. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So real quick, for those who, for some of you, this will be a refresher. For others of you, this will be an introduction. Why call this writing session writing sprints? I call it writing sprints. It's my own title, my own methodology. It's a riff off of the Pomodoro method, but it builds off of my own experiences. I used to be a swimmer, pretty good swimmer, and one of the things that I loved about swimming competitively was actually not about winning, though I did win some meets. But what I enjoyed most about swimming competitively was the practice laps and sprints we would do. I always found that to be some of the most empowering, animating, igniting experiences was the swimming laps or sprints that we would take, in which I'm not racing against anyone except myself, right? And it's just me in this water warming up or taking the laps that I need to take to improve and to meet my own goals. And so in real ways, the writing sprints methodology built off of the notion of what it means to accomplish goals one lap, one sprint at a time. With that in mind, our 3 day writing sessions are set for 2 hours from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you are not going to be just sitting in your chair looking at your screen or reading a book or looking at your tablet for 2 hours straight. We are going to be sprinting our way through those 2 hours, which means that we're going to break up those 2 hours into manageable chunks. And in this case, it will be 4 manageable chunks that we'll break up the 2 hours in as a way to work in sprint mode, finish one set writing sprint, take a quick break to take care of our head, hearts, and our hands, take care of our bodies, and then get back to it. Part of this writing sprint session, breaking up the writing experience into manageable sets, is first and foremost to take the sense that writing has to be big in order for it to be accomplished, that you have to write for 2 hours straight without looking up, or 4 hours straight, or an 8 hour day for you to get something done, to take that out of the equation, right? Number one, and to take out the sense of it being overwhelming and anxiety creating experience. We're going to take that out of the equation. That's one reason why I love the writing sprint, breaking things up into manageable chunks. The second thing is, for a lot of us, we may be doing this session and we are around a lot of other people. We have families, friends, little people, older people that we are taking care of, neighbors, guinea pigs, dogs, cats, parakeets, right? We have other lives and beings that are around us. And so the idea of just clocking out for hours and hours at a time make it difficult. And so what does it mean to break up the writing experience into these manageable chunks with breaks in between, so you can go and check on the people that you need to check on, take care of yourself real quick, and then you can get back to it for another session. So hopefully it's responsive to some of the rhythms of our own lives and the ways in which we are linked and connected to other people, and we want to make sure that they're doing well, even as we are living out our writing life experience. So that's the writing sprints methodology. And for the next 3 days, as I said, we will have 2 hours. We have 2 hours for the next 3 days where you have committed to writing, and we'll have 4 sprint sessions that we will do. Let me tell you a little bit about the daily schedule, which is also in this email. So each day, our formal schedule, your formal commitment is to log on and to be online, prepared to engage in the writing sprints experience from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will open up the Zoom every day at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with playing some jazz, and that is a time for you to do whatever you need to do to get oriented. So if you are in the space and just want to have the Zoom already up and the video off, and you're listening to the jazz as you're beginning to prepare your space for the session, that is what that opening 30 minutes is for. It's optional. It is not expected for you to be there. It's just an open space of gathering and preparation and even work. If you want to use that 30 minutes to actually get some work done early, then go right ahead. At the end of our session at 9 p.m., I have what's called the after set. So some of us may want to stay and keep up the momentum of putting in another writing sprint or two together. And so the after set is to keep the party going. So if you want to keep writing in community together virtually, the Zoom will stay on. Even if I log off, so I'll pass the hosting privileges to someone else, and you can keep it going that way. So just letting you know that there is a prelude and there is an after set if you want to participate in that. But your formal session is from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Real quick, what to expect our first day. Our first day, the first two sprints will be taken up, sort of orienting ourselves to each other. So we will engage in introductions in which I want to invite you to consider two questions. What am I leaving behind from my 2023 writing life? So what is it that you did or didn't do that's resistant, that brings up resistance or concern or worry, whatever, in 2023 that you need to just name one last time and then let go of it as what has been left behind. So what am I leaving behind from my 2023 writing life? And then the second question, what am I creating, becoming, and or practicing in my 2024 writing life? What am I creating in my 2024 writing life? What am I becoming in my 2024 writing life? What am I practicing in my 2024 writing life? What are you aiming for in your 2024 writing life? So our first two writing sprints for the first day is about introducing ourselves and holding together in a sacred space those things that we're leaving behind from 2023 and projecting what it is we're wanting for 2024. And then our last two writing sprint sessions together in day one will be writing, reading, researching, planning, doing some of that constructive work concretely. The last 2 days, the day 2 and day 3 will be the first writing sprint session will be an exercise and a reflection and a discussion group time, just time for us to gather our thoughts, to encourage each other, to do an exercise that gets us moving and hopefully equips us with some tools and ways forward. And then we'll use up the other 3 sprints writing and creating together. So that's basically the tentative schedule on how things are going to flow. I want to remind you of a couple of things. This is sacred space. We are taking care of each other in this space. So what is said in this space stays in this space. And then the second thing I want to remind you of is to show up. You have made a commitment to yourself to get in 3 days of some consistent writing, planning, talking about writing, envisioning work towards your own writing life, your own writing habit for 2024. So show up for yourself, right? And put this initial time in, put this early win in for your 2024 writing productivity. You can do it. We are going to do it together. I can't wait to see you. Blessings.